So we take a look at Kelly Olynyk on the offensive end. We're going to start with the shooting. And as I said in the article, guys, it has to get better. We know that. It hasn't been great since he returned from his knee injury. But what he can provide is a pick and pop threat, as we see here in the Kings game where he came out and just played really, really well in his first game back from that injury. So I would like to see, and you have to believe that he's going to slowly tick up towards that career percentage that he has of 37%. But even when he's not making they're still going to respect him. So we'll see that here. Close out hard to him in transition. And then he just finds a nice crafty way to play through some contact and finish at the rim. Not always going to be a high riser. But what it also does is it provides floor spacing for his teammates. So you see here, his man, instead of backed way up here playing off, he's got to hug up to Kelly Olynyk. So when Killian Hayes beats his man backdoor, the lane is wide open. And I think this next one highlights it even more, as KO doesn't even get a great ball screen, but it creates enough of an advantage for Hayes. And how many times have we seen this big camp out in the lane or right here be coming over to contest and block this shot? But because it's KO, he has that gravity there where he holds his defender, has to respect that, and Killian Hayes now only has to deal with his own man, gets the and one, doesn't have to worry about a shot blocker coming. But the best thing I think is he just keeps the offense flowing. He's a connector. He keeps the ball moving. This one doesn't seem super special, but watch. He knows exactly where he's going with the ball. As soon as he catches, back out of his hands, over to Trey Lyles, who knocks down the shot. Those are just really important plays that maybe go unnoticed because they're not super spectacular. Here again, he sees the driving lane, so he's going to use it. He's going to attack. Doesn't do too much. Just kicks to Hamidou Diallo. Hami is able to drive and get the dunk. So just being a connector, that's a word that people use a lot anymore. Just connecting from one play to the next, and Kelly Olynyk does it really well. This play, really awful defense from the Pelicans, but you see they run at him for whatever reason, makes the one more pass to Jeremy Grant, who's able to knock it down. So multiple examples of this with Kelly Olynyk that just helps the offense. And then if he gets a mismatch, he's going to draw two, and he's very comfortable playing to the weak side. So here he plays to the weak side, one more. Rodney McGruder gets a wide open look off Kelly Olynyk's gravity to start that. And that's not a play where he ends up with an assist. Here in transition, he gets a cross match with Devontae Graham, draws two. He's going to be able to play to the weak side, makes the right read. One more pass. Frank Jackson doesn't knock it down. So again, he there gets an open shot for a teammate, doesn't get an assist off of it. And then really talk about not getting assists. How about as a screener? Just a high basketball IQ, sees the play on the strong side, so he's going to screen on the weak side. Flair, nice one more from Josh Jackson right here. McGruder's not able to knock it down, but especially in this game, we saw Kelly Olynyk able to really attack the offensive boards. Not always going to be as a high riser, but just basketball IQ. And then I think this screen's really impressive. He reads the defender chasing Trey Lyles, steps up, gets his body, gets a nice screen on him, and it ends up with a wide open three for Trey Lyles. Again, things that don't always show up in the box score is you don't get screen assists in the box score after a game. And then in DHOs, I know we don't love that Dwayne Casey and how much he runs those DHOs, but he does run them, and KO can do it effectively. So here he sees Gobert playing way off in the lane, doesn't hand it off to Cade Cunningham, passes, screens his own guy, and Trey Lyles ends up with a wide open three. So you can just tell he looks very, very comfortable in these situations. Again, here we're going to see a separate one where he gets it, fakes the handoff to Kojo, keeps it, and then he uses that crafty way around the rim to go ahead and finish that. There can be pros and cons to that, as we'll show here in a couple clips. And then this one, just the basketball IQ in general. So here he doesn't get it on the roll. Cade with the very smart, he understands this, pass it to Hami in the corner, and KO gets his post position on Fox, gets an easy bucket. Something that I really think Isaiah Stewart can get better at as well. Now the negative. We talked about the shooting and how it's not going down, but then also just here, every once in a while, I take some shots that are just a little crazy. Here, there's 13 seconds on the shot clock still. It is late in the game where the Pistons need to get one up, but he goes to that stuff a little bit too much. We saw it earlier around the rim where it worked. There, it doesn't pay off for him. And then some turnovers, and this has been an issue lately. So while he has been a good connector, he can't be turning the ball over at the clip he has in a couple games. Lyles is open, but he doesn't see the entire floor as Brandon Ingram sees Lyles come open as well and is able to come over and get the steal. And then the huge one in the game against the Timberwolves here, I don't always hate him bringing the ball up the floor. I would probably rather it be Killian Hayes, but just can't have these kind of mistakes from Kelly Olynyk. And as I said, it just happened a little bit too much, even though I think in general what he's bringing offensively, even though the numbers down, are still very good.